Good morning and welcome to the third annual Head for the Cure 5K Midland. My Texas friends and family, we're so excited to be back again this year, even virtually. We know that last year you all came together in such an amazing way to raise such significant funds in support of brain tumor research and patient programs. We wanted nothing more than to be by your sides today, continue that celebration, but we know that that just wasn't possible. So we're so appreciative of everything that you have continued to do, your spirit, your fight, your tenacity, in showing that no one ever has to journey alone when it comes to a brain tumor. And this is a really important day. We're in the middle of Brain Tumor Awareness Month. This month is the time when our entire community comes together and says, enough is enough. It's time to increase the awareness, to find comprehensive treatment and hopefully a cure for all forms of brain tumors. And so by you sharing your stories, by participating, by sharing this on social media, you are helping us ignite the voices that are around the brain tumor community. In addition, this is Mother's Day weekend. We know that too many mothers have lost their children, too many people have lost their mothers to this disease, and so we want to give a huge shout out to all of those mothers who are a part of this community. We celebrate you this weekend as well. So now we are really getting geared up for this year's event. In just the short amount of time that we've been in Midland, you all have raised over $85,000 in support of the brain tumor community through this 5K efforts. This doesn't even begin to include all of the Herbish third-party events that have been hosted, but just for these 5Ks. That's just so incredible and amazing, and we want to continue that support. And so if you're watching this today and you realize, oh my goodness, I forgot to register, I haven't donated it, you are so in luck. There is plenty of time to continue to register to get that comfortable green soft shirt as well as your participant medal. You can register through Monday, May 10th for this event in order to receive those items to be shipped to you after the 5K. In addition, donations will remain open for several months. So you still have the opportunity to show those that you care by giving just a little bit more in order to support the brain tumor community and our partners at Midland Health. Head for the Cure really exists for three main reasons. It was started because of the legacy of Chris Anthony, who passed away from a glioblastoma. And that is simply to, one, build awareness around this terrible disease. Two, is to raise funds that are needed in order to advance the treatment options for brain tumor patients, while also supporting them and caregivers through important programs. And three, and what we are doing here today, which is igniting hope. That is hope that we all need so desperately, especially in this time of isolation and separation. Hope that you're not alone, because you do not journey by yourself. Whether you are a patient, a caregiver, a loved one, a clinician, you have an entire community around you. So by sharing your stories, by posting your own photos of how you are participating, you all are helping ignite that important hope. Over the last year, it was evident that we needed to provide advanced support across the brain tumor community, and we took the opportunity to enhance our Brains for the Cure program. Brains for the Cure is an online navigator for patients and caregivers to be able to become their own advocates throughout their journey, to become educated on the latest treatment options, terms, and technologies, but also on how you all can support each other. And then also to connect through similar videos of people going through different circumstances as a patient or caregiver, but then also through our online support groups. Our Patient's Perspective meets every first Thursday of the month, and our Caregiver Conversations meets every last Thursday of the month. And this is all done via Zoom, so we can really connect those patients and caregivers across the country. We know that brain tumors, while still rare, have a big impact on the lives of people who face this disease or love someone faced. We want to bring that community together through those support groups. So please check out brainsforthecure.org. It's an amazing resource that is at the tip of your fingertips to provide that support now while the advancement of treatments and clinical trials is going on for the future of care. We are so excited and honored to have amazing national support again this year. VML-Y&R is an international marketing agency that helped fuel the fight against brain cancer the very first race 19 years ago. They have literally been by our side every single step of the way.
Hi there, my name is John Cook. I'm the CEO of VML-Y&R. VML-Y&R is an advertising agency, and we're all over the world. We're about 13,000 people in about every place you can imagine, but we're headquartered right here in Kansas City, Missouri, and that's where we first met Head for the Cure. And that was 20 years ago, and we've been a proud sponsor and partner and teammates ever since, and we're proud of every one of those years and all we've been able to do together. And that's something that has obviously been part of our history for the last 20 years, but our commitment is it's something that will always be part of VML-Y&R going forward. Thanks for everything, Head for the Cure.
Harry Campbell and his Get Real program has generated almost $500,000 in donations back to Head for the Cure. Harry does so in honor of his wife, Chris, who is a brain tumor survivor herself. He travels around the country, even virtually, giving his inspirational speeches. His latest book and engagement, Get Real Mindset, challenges each of us individually to accept and adapt to the crookedness of life, which really, if you think about it right now, we all could use a little bit of that guidance. So check out more about Harry Campbell today. Thank you so much to Gary and his team at Weather 2020. Even virtually, it's important to have that clear and accurate future forecast to allow us to pick the best days for us to do our own individual 5K at home. And finally, NovaCure has been an amazing partner since 2015. Their Optune device is used to treat glioblastoma patients in a very patient-forward approach. Join me now as we learn a little bit more about the Optune device.
I had my daughter, and now she's 19 months, and she's a little human that we created, so we pretty much watching her grow up.
Can you say hi to the phone?
Hi.
Here we are at our turnaround point, and you see I'm totally alone. Aha! We found him. He's a shade seeker.
Sonny and Dottie and Laura graduated from medical school.
We didn't know that we would have the opportunity to sit there in the audience and hold hands. Well, they recited the Hippocratic Oath. So that was pretty special.
I've got a daughter and I've got some grandkids and a husband, and every time we get to celebrate one of their birthdays, it's just one more time that I'm here for it. And I'm so thankful for that.
Happy birthday, dear Pierre.
I gave Pierre a really special 60th birthday party last year, which also happened to fall on the day of his diagnosis anniversary 1 year. There were 55 people there, and they came from all over. Friends came from Texas, from Chicago, from Oregon, from Washington, and it was really special for him because it was all his friends really celebrating his life.
My wife and I were able to go to Ireland this year, and we spent 8 days there, and it was a great time.
This thing called a 5 peak challenge. You basically do the 5 highest peaks in San Diego in one day. I'd been training for that before, and I kind of took a break because obviously I have surgery, and I built myself back up. I accomplished the 5 Peak Challenge, which was a big feat for me.
Pierre is a major football fan, being from Texas. So I bought tickets to a Chiefs game at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City and flew us out there for a game. During the halftime, the cheerleaders came and found us and gave him a signed ball by Chris Jones. So that was really amazing.
I'm an avid guitar player, so I got back into doing that, and I played a couple live gigs and just doing that with the Optune on. So I wasn't going to let cancer or the thought of cancer and the diagnosis kind of take away from living my life.
Each year on my craniversary, I send a note to my surgeon and to my doctor and just, tell them how appreciative I am that I'm still here to be able to send that note.
You all have continued to show your Texas-sized heart and generosity through our amazing local partners and sponsors. We are so honored to partner again with the Midland Memorial Foundation. Midland Memorial Foundation was established by community volunteers committed to raising the funds for Midland's first hospital. Successful in the endeavor, the foundation has continued to fulfill its primary mission: to promote and maintain excellence in the delivery of healthcare in Midland. We want to give an amazing shout out and thanks to Clarissa and the entire team at Midland Memorial Foundation and Midland Health. We also know that we could not do this without our fantastic local sponsors. Coming in again this year is ProPetro. As a Midland-based oil field services company, they provide hydraulic fracturing and other complementary services to leading oil and gas companies. They have been a part of our Midland event since last year, and we're so thankful for their continued support. I also want to give an amazing shout out to Leslie and Sharon and everybody who participates in the Herbish Golf Tournament. We had to pause it last year because of the pandemic, but it is back this year in September. So we want you to show up, we want you to play, we want you to sponsor, because those funds continue our mission as well. It really is an extension of our 5K, and let's face it, it's just fun. So we hope to see you all at the Herbish Golf Tournament in September. And I mentioned some of our planning team already, but I just wanted to take the time. These individuals have really ignited the Midland community around this cause because it has impacted each of them in such a powerful and personal way. So we want to thank our amazing, amazing local planning team. So thank you to Leslie Ware, Sharon Farmer, and Christian Chandler. Thank you again so much for being here today. You all are helping us show the brain tumor community that no one fights alone by showing up. So share those photos, share this video, register, encourage donations, and really support this community. The pandemic has made it such an isolating time for all of us, and there's no reason for those who are fighting a brain tumor to feel like there's nowhere else to turn. This is where they can turn. Thank you so much for igniting that hope today. And it's my pleasure to be able to introduce Courtney Benish, who's our Regional Relationship Coordinator for the past 3 years in Midland. Many of you have had the chance to get to know her. She's worked with you and helped brainstorm, answer questions, and really powered this event each year. So thanks so much for being here today. I hope you enjoy the 5K, and here's Courtney.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 3rd annual Head for the Cure Midland Virtual 5K. It is an honor to be here today with you guys as we celebrate the Midland brain tumor community. It has been my pleasure to get to know each and every one of you through the many Zoom calls, phone calls, emails, and our first event in Midland a few years ago. While we can't get together physically again this year, it is so great for us to be able to celebrate the Midland brain tumor community virtually. Our 5K will feature a few runners today from the Midland community. Welcome Team Herbish, and a few other members from teams in our neighborhood walk. We are so grateful for their continued support as they celebrate the Midland brain tumor community. Later on, we'll hear from the Midland Memorial Foundation. We will also be celebrating all of our survivors today. along with those nominated survivors and caregivers for the Keeping the Faith and Legacy of Love. We will be honoring those we've lost with a Celebration of Life tribute. We want to recognize all of your hard work this year. We will be celebrating the top individual fundraiser, top team fundraiser, and largest team. Don't forget to share photos of you and your team doing your virtual 5K today. For those doing the neighborhood walk or doing it by yourself, you can email them to me at Courtney@headforthecure.org, or you can post them on our Midland Facebook event page. After everyone has had a few days to complete their virtual 5K, we will be getting together via Zoom for a post-event celebration. This will be a time to see others from the Midland brain tumor community and reflect on all that we've accomplished. Make sure to join us May 13th at 6 p.m. to celebrate. Go to headforthecure.org/Midland to find out more information. Thank you for your participation this year. We hope you enjoy your 5K virtually in your home today.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, I'm Leslie Ware. I'm a volunteer and supporter of Head for the Cure. Our event looks different this year because we can't all be together in one place at one time, but we can all still make a difference. Brain cancer doesn't take a break for COVID-19, and neither does Head for the Cure, and neither do we. I lost my husband, Herb, to brain cancer, or specifically glioblastoma, just over 4 years ago. So today, I'm walking in his memory. I'm also walking in honor of his kids who lost their dad too soon, his siblings who still miss their brother every day, his nieces and nephews who no longer have Uncle Herb around, and his grandbabies who don't get to know the joy of being loved on by their poppy. I'm also walking in hopes of encouraging each and every one of you whose lives have been touched by brain cancer. Together with Head for the Cure, we're fighting hard, and we're fighting for you.
name is Debbie Clark, and I work with Cure, and we're delighted to partner with you all again. Hopefully many of you are able to get out in this beautiful spring weather that we're starting to see and participate virtually. Welcome.
And I was actually diagnosed with brain cancer at the age of 23. It was a stage 2 oligodendroglioma. Everybody's experience is different, and just make sure that everybody has enough of like the support system around them. And I know I couldn't get through my diagnosis, my treatment, my ongoing for lack of a better term, battle with this, if it wasn't for like the support system that I had around me. I have a great support system. Nobody wants to be diagnosed with this or go through this. And I am lucky in the fact that I can postpone that treatment until we see a regrowth happen. But it's kind of, I go days where I don't think about it, and then there are other days, and I actually have since started a podcast with one of my friends, my college roommates, who also had cancer, lymphoma. But we record those episodes every week, and it's like that kind of brings back this like, oh wait, I'm still kind of processing, going through it. But I think either way, like it's a battle, and whether it's like mental, physical, all of it, it's definitely always present in my life, but unlike those that are going through chemo and radiation right now, it's not necessarily at the front of my mind anymore. Just a giant thank you. Like we found this at a good point to where I could actually get it all removed, and without having to go through chemo or radiation at that time, and it eventually will regrow, but incredible team of doctors around me.
As a native Texan and as As a device support specialist for NovoCure, I am extremely excited to be able to support this local 5K event and everyone impacted by glioblastoma. We at NovoCure want to thank you and your families for coming out and supporting this Head for the Cure event. So please be sure to stretch, hydrate, and enjoy the event, y'all.
I want to let you know how I became familiar with Head for the Cure and became involved. Herb and I were at one of his checkups at MD Anderson, and his oncologist told us that Head for the Cure was hosting a 5K in Houston just later on that summer. And so we decided right then and there we sure needed to participate in that. Herb was very athletic and we both loved walking and being outdoors, so we decided we'd ask a few family members to come join us and participate. Before you know it, we had a team of about 40 friends and loved ones who made the trip to Houston and joined Team Beware. In fact, one of our team members was the first place overall finisher of that entire event. That's pretty cool, I thought. From that point on, we thought we would love to participate in a 5K every year, because that day was just such a blessing to Herb and to me and to his entire family and friends, everybody that was there on the day. It was just so uplifting and encouraging. So we just knew we were going to keep this tradition up. And sadly, Herb didn't live long enough to participate in another walk. But today, this is my way of continuing the tradition that he had hoped to start. While I can't walk with Herb beside me, I do walk every step of the way with him in my heart. And I'm here with some dear friends of mine in support of Head for the Cure and in memory of my husband, Herb Ware. One of the many things I admired about Herb was that he didn't stop living once he was diagnosed with cancer. He lived every day to the fullest for 19 months. And one of the things Herb loved to do was to play golf and bring after surgery, he lost grip in his left hand. And after playing golf a couple of times and the hand popping off the club, he decided he'd just play with one arm. And he jokingly called himself the one-arm bandit. So we have a tribute for our dear friend. Here's to you, the one-arm bandit!
Hi, my name is Kathy. I'm team captain of Brain Power, and we are walking for our son and our brother and uncle for Dan Odom, and he was diagnosed with medulloblastoma 7 years ago, and he's doing great today, been cancer-free ever since, and we were just so blessed to be able to participate in this 5K, and we just welcome everyone to come join us, and step by step we'll fight out brain cancer.
Hi, this is Rick and Raging Odom, and why we're walking for the Head for Cure 5K coming up is for our son Daniel Odom, who is a cancer survivor of brain cancer. And we're walking for this in remembrance of him and his battle and remission of this terrible disease.
Hi, we're the Fishers, Mike, Christina, Trenton, and McKenna, and we participate in Head for the Cure to honor my younger brother. He survived brain cancer and obviously is cancer-free, has a beautiful wife and 2 amazing boys, and is living life to the fullest. And we're so happy and blessed to be able to participate in this run and raise money to continue research for brain cancer treatment and hopefully for a cure.
Hi, my name is McKenna, and I am the niece of my Uncle Dan. I am very thankful that he survived brain cancer, and I'm also very thankful that he found a wife, and also very thankful that he had 2 children that are my cousins, and I love his children to pieces.
Hi, I'm Daniel's mother, and as you can tell, we're very proud of Daniel and his family, and we're just so thankful to God that he blessed Daniel's life by so Daniel could reach his dream of becoming a husband and a father, and we just look forward to Daniel's future and his continued good health, and we just pray that the brain cancer research will one day wipe out this dreadful disease. So thank you for your support, whether you walked with us or by donating, and for your prayers for Daniel.
So in the interest of time, we're gonna finish up our last mile walking off camera. But before we sign off, I just want to thank you all for being part of today. And remember, the fight isn't over at the finish line. And we're fighting hard and we're fighting for you. I just wanted to say, being a part of Head for the Cure and supporting them and participating in their events, fundraising events, is my way of continuing the fight for Herb. He didn't give up his battle with brain cancer during his lifetime, and I don't intend to do it during my lifetime. Thanks again, guys.
My name is David Broussard. I am the proud brother of Thomas Alex Broussard. He was my best friend. Tom contracted glioblastoma while he was in the prime of his life. Today, I proudly represent Team Tom and run in honor of my brother, Tom. Tom survived 2 recessions. He unfortunately lost his battle in March 2019. My brother Tom was a warrior. He battled the disease every day without fear and with the utmost positive attitude. He was our family's hero. He celebrated every day as best day ever. Love you, Tom. Doing it for you. Through his battle, Tom was an inspiration and beacon to me, our family, and all he associated with. His attitude, spirit, and faith was unrelentless, and he touched all he came in contact with. He genuinely cared about all of his caregivers. He always asking them how they were doing. Best day ever continued to be his trademark throughout his journey, celebrating and appreciating the goodness in each and every day. When asked why we participate in the honor of Tom, we must keep fighting and doing our part to find a cure. Tom, like so many, was a life cut way too short. We must continue to join together to head for the cure. The continued fight to eradicate brain cancer is the least we can do for our loved ones. The Head for the Cure event will forever be a reminder of Tom's courage, positive outlook, and battle. We are honored to be a part of this event.
I'm Nancy Woodman, Executive Director of Midland Memorial Foundation. This year, Midland Memorial Foundation is thrilled to be in partnership with Head for the Cure for the third year. The past 2 years have been very successful, and we are hopeful that this year's virtual run will have many participants and have much success too. Head for the Cure was established to raise awareness and funding to inspire hope for the community of brain cancer patients, their families, friends, and caregivers. Last year, we expanded the Hope Circle program to include Head for the Cure Brain Cancer Assistance Program for patients diagnosed with brain cancer in the Permian Basin. These individuals will be identified through an established relationship with the Allison Cancer Center, Texas Oncology. The event and partnership is another way Midland Health is lighting the way for health. Thank you for your continued participation and support for brain cancer patients in the Permian Basin.
Thank you so much to everyone at the Midland Memorial Foundation. Thank you for everything that you do for patient programs for the Midland brain tumor community. Thank you so much, Team Herbish, Team Tom, and the rest of the Midland teams that participated in the virtual 5K today. We are so thankful for your continued support. We appreciate you sharing your personal stories and igniting hope for the Midland brain tumor community. At this time, we would like to acknowledge all of our brain tumor survivors. They inspire us through their journeys, positive attitude, and smiles each and every day. These brain tumor warriors have motivated so many of us to participate in the Midland virtual 5K. It really goes to show that no one fights alone and why we continue to build awareness around this disease. Michael, Donald, Joyce, Jared, and Amy. We want to thank you for inspiring us and allowing us to be a part of your journey. Now it is one of my favorite parts of the event, where we get to honor survivors for the Keeping the Faith recognition and caregivers for the legacy of love. These amazing individuals were nominated by their loved ones.
Head for the Cure 5K events are not only successful fundraisers in the fight against brain cancer, but unique tributes for those currently fighting this terrible disease and remembering those who have lost their battles. Head for the Cure was started in honor of a man named Chris Anthony. Chris's motto was always keeping the faith. He lived it daily. He signed off every email with keeping the faith. And his faith enabled him to maintain his grace, dignity, courage, and strength throughout his illness. That's why every year we honor brain cancer patients and their loved ones with a special recognition we call Keeping the Faith. Each of their stories is personal and special, and all are inspiring. Donald Woodward, nominated by Melissa Woodward. This is my husband Donald, and father to our boys, Dax and Nate. He was diagnosed in December of 2018 with grade 3 anaplastic oleodendroglioma. He had surgery a week after finding the tumor and continued with 6 weeks of radiation and 6 full rounds of PCV chemo throughout 2019. He is currently in watch and wait and has had stable scans since treatments ended. He has worked through the entire process to provide for his family, as well as continuing to volunteer in church and lending a hand to friends and family anytime he is needed. He strives to be a great leader and example to his boys and those around him, even when he struggles with the side effects from his chemo. The last few years have not been easy, as anyone knows who battles this disease, but he has always managed to remain positive, continually encourages and uplifts others, and has walked alongside his mother during her cancer battle, as well as many friends. You never want to be a part of the cancer diagnosis family, but when you are, you have two choices. You can be a light to those joining the journey or choose to go at it alone. Donald has truly been a light not only to our family, but to all those around him. I am blessed to call him my husband and the father of my children. Thank you for your courage and for allowing us to honor you. The Legacy of Love Award was implemented at our North Texas event in 2011 in honor of Stevie Patrick. She was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 28, and although Stevie would go on to battle brain cancer for 3.5 years, her heart was always open to reach out and help others, even as she was going through an incredibly difficult time. Stevie always took the high road and walked through each day with great integrity and a big smile on her face. This award is easily defined by actions of integrity, encouragement, determination, and truly loving and serving others, especially those in need. The recipient of this must have a strong desire to encourage and help others. This deserving person must be a leader each day and also have the courage to smile in the midst of adversity. We'd now like to share their story. Sharon Farmer, nominated by Leslie Ware. Sharon and her husband, David Farmer, were together for 34 years before his passing in 2016. She fought alongside him during his 6-month battle with glioblastoma and continues to carry on the Farmer fight against brain cancer to this day. Not only did Sharon care for David during his illness, but she was also a pillar of strength for their 2 beautiful children as they dealt with losing their dad. This amazing woman makes the world a better place for so many, including myself. I'm blessed to call her my friend.
Again, thank you so much for allowing us to honor the Keeping the Faith and Legacy of Love recipients. We know this disease has taken too many of our loved ones. We now have the privilege to honor these individuals by sharing stories submitted by their loved ones with a Celebration of Life tribute. You can still submit a Celebration of Life for your loved one by going to headforthecure.org/Midland and clicking on the Celebration of Life button. These individuals are the reason why we continue to fight each and every day. As we come to the conclusion of the event today, it is now time to celebrate all the funds raised by you and your teams. These funds will support the important work done by the local and national beneficiaries. It is now my honor to recognize the top teams and individuals in these categories. First is the largest team. Coming up in 3rd place is Team Woodard. They had 7 participants this year. Team number 2 is All Brains Matter with 11 participants. And team number 1 with 18 participants this year is Team Herbish. We'll be mailing Team Herbish their award this year, but everyone give them a round of applause. And now our top team for fundraising. In 3rd place is All Brains Matter, who raised $200. In 2nd place is Team Woodard, raising more than $600. And again, in 1st place, raising $2,800 is Team Herbish. Let's give them a round of applause. And last is our individuals who went above and beyond for fundraising. In 3rd place this year is Melissa Woodard. And 2nd is Sharon Farmer. Thank you so much for your support, Sharon. And our top fundraiser is Leslie Ware. Thank you so much, Leslie, for your continued support. We will also be mailing you your top individual fundraising award. Let's give those 3 individuals a round of applause. We are honored to have such amazing participation for this year's virtual event with nearly 100 participants, 8 teams, and we have almost raised $15,000 to help fund clinical trials and patient programs. Way to go, Midland! Thank you so much to everyone for supporting the virtual 5K today by registering, donating, sponsoring, or even just checking in. Thank you. Registration will remain open through Monday, May 10th. Donations will remain open for several months. Encourage your family and friends to join the fight. One simple way to do that is by sharing this video. We know right now that we are apart, but no one is ever alone in this journey. We are so excited to be back in Midland for the 4th annual Head for the Cure 5K Midland next year. Find out more about how you can continue the fight by going to headforthecure.org/Midland. Have a great weekend, everyone.